Thank you for staying. Let's settle for the news now. And Member of Parliament for Daffiama-Bussie-Issa, Dr. Sebastian Sandare, is asking government to fix the Daffiama-Bussie-Issa Road. Now, the road was among some major roads in the Upper West region that were washed away by floods in 2021. Dr. Sandare is worried government is yet to fix the road despite promising to do so 2 weeks after the floods destroyed that stretch. Here's a report by Rafiq Salam.
The Daffiama-Bussie-Issa Road was among major roads that were cut off on August 12, 2021 by violent flash floods in the Upper West region. 50 million Ghana cedis was allocated by the government to fix the affected roads in the region. Construction work on the emergency roads were awarded to 4 contractors who they all executed and opened to traffic in less than a month. The Daffiama-Bussie-Issa Road that links the community to other parts of the Daffiama-Bussie-Issa district and the Griba municipality were however left off from the emergency projects. Residents are now left to their own fate. Member of Parliament for Daffiama-Bussie-Issa, Dr. Sebastian Sandare, chastised Roads and Highways Minister Kwesi Amankwata and Upper West Region Minister Dr. Hafiz Bin Sali for using a helicopter to have an aerial view of the area without touching down to see the deleterious effects of the flash floods on the people living on the ground and under squalid conditions.
They did not touch down to even see for themselves the problems of the people. So they never got to this part of Daffiama, this part of the road, and they left. Whatever temporary intervention that came, this road was not considered. They did the Sombo one and the Nudulu one and left. So since August 2021, meaning it's more than 2 years, there has not been any intervention by government for this road.
To add insult to injury, there are no road signs to alert motorists and drivers about the danger on the road.
The feeder roads people that are in charge, whether they have come or not, at least even if the road is not being worked upon, we expected that there should be some signs. This is a very dangerous spot. That there should be some signs to indicate that authorities are aware that it's a dangerous spot. So when you are coming and you get to this place, be careful. But as we can see and as your cameras can capture, if you are not familiar with this road, you may run straight into any of these big holes. And two young men of this village fell inside this water and perished because of the bad nature of the road. Almost every week, somebody from somewhere falls inside here, get wounded and treated.
Dr. Sebastian Sandare said he has not relented on his quest for the road to be fixed, penciling the various officers that he has been to, including the DBI District Assembly, Feeder Roads Department, and also posting an urgent question in Parliament for the Road Minister to respond to.
The Minister for Roads and Highways, in answering my question in Parliament, gave me 2 weeks. That within 2 weeks, government was going to work on this road. It's been more than a year, 2 years. So 2 weeks have turned into 2 years. And I want the Minister of Roads and Highways to now see me. I'm at the very point, the very location that my question in Parliament was talking about.
Since the violent floods 26 months ago, economic activities and healthcare delivery in the area has grounded to a halt, whilst attendance of schools by pupils is erratic.
Meanwhile, the District Chief Executive of Daffiama-Bussie-Issa, Nadimoro Sanda, says Government is working to fix the road because of its importance to commuters on that stretch.
Have been directed, and we sent estimates to the Ministry of Roads and Highways so that they will come and fix the roads for us. In fact, the minister promised, but then you can also understand that you don't always have all the resources that you need available to you, because you could see that the minister worked swiftly to work on some of the roads that were cut. And as I talked to you, some of the roads which were left, this assembly, we using the common fund, have also fixed the Daffiama-Bussie-Issa Road. We've also fixed the Guonuo-Jimpensi section. But I still left with the Jimpensi-Chala section. It's also left with the Daffiama-Bussie-Issa section, which is the Daffiama-Bussie-Issa section. Then it's also left with the Chaba-Bussie section. These are left, and we as a district assembly, we are still waiting for our resources, especially the common fund. When it comes, we're going to continue. So it is not that somebody has left it and has left the people to their own fate. If that is the case, we wouldn't have gone there to do the estimate.
Are we going to have a road fixed?
I am telling you, see, resources are such that, you see, normally you anticipate resources. Like as I'm standing, I don't know when we will get money. Anytime money comes, and as I alluded to you, I said some of the roads were left. One is the Daffiama-Bussie Road, one is the Bayiri one. We have fixed the Bayiri section, Bayiri to Jimpensi. It's been fixed temporarily. We also fixed the Daffiama-Bussie one temporarily using common fund. And we are saying that the next batch of common fund that will come, we're going to also award the other ones depending on how much we receive. We're going to tackle them one after the other. So I cannot just say tomorrow, next, we are going to fix it. But plans are far advanced. And you, Rafik, you are a very seasoned journalist. You can do your research to see whether we have done estimates, to see whether we have this letter I've talked about, whether I've written, to see whether I've moved myself to the Ministry of Roads and Highways and have engagement with them with regards to these roads. And you can also find out from the Ministry of Roads and Highways what they are doing, what resources they have, and what is in their plan. So normally, sometimes, we politicians, we should be very careful, because when you see you are failing, don't try to put your failure and hit the heads of people against each other. It's so unfortunate.
Let's head now to the Bono East region, which has seen a sharp increase in its National Health Insurance Authority membership renewal since the introduction of the digital mobile registration platform. Regional NHIA Director George Opong-Dankwa, in an interview with JoyNews at this year's third quarter review meeting, stated that the new platform had been highly patronized in the rural areas compared to the urban centers. Correspondent Anas Sabit has more.
The mobile-based health insurance renewal system was introduced by the National Health Insurance Authority with the aim of improving coverage, particularly for members who hitherto were likely to renew their membership. The system, policymakers say, was to, amongst other things, devise innovative ways of enrolling new and existing members to accelerate progress towards the attainment of universal health coverage. Bono East Regional NHIA Director George Opong-Dankwa disclosed to JoyNews that the new online system has benefited more people from the rural settings compared to those in the urban areas.
Mobile renewal has really benefited the rural communities even more than the urban communities. For the urban areas, most of them think that the health insurance office is closer to them, so they normally come to the office to renew. But for the rural communities, traveling from, for instance, my village, Kranka, to Nkranda town, the lorry fare, the inconveniences and whole lot, they will prefer using the mobile phone to renew their membership than coming to the office to renew.
Mr. George Opong-Dankwa, who was speaking on the sidelines of this year's third quarter review meeting in the Chiman, however, revealed that the authority has fallen short this year compared to the same period last year. This, he says, is largely as a result of some difficulties in accessing some communities in the eastern part of the region who were cut off as a result of the recent floods in the area.
Bono East, we have peculiar issue. For instance, when you go to Sene and Pro districts, majority of our people are beyond the river, and we have tried to cross, but because of the level of the river, it's been challenging. So that's the more reason why people, we are falling short at those areas. We can't cross because of the level of the river, and they also, it's very difficult for them also to come to our offices. And the roads to network to is also challenging. There are some areas that you can't use vehicles to go to, though we have motor bicycles, but very, very difficult to go. But in all, we have resolved that whether rain or shine, we are going to achieve our targets. We will do our possible best to achieve our targets.
With the recent improvement in the payment of claims to service providers by government, Mr. George Opondankwa appealed to service providers to improve its services to beneficiaries when they visit their facilities for healthcare.
We say every good thing deserves another. So once National Health Insurance, we have doing our part in terms of prompt payment of claims to our cherished facilities or health providers, we also expect them to do same to our members. When they come, the services that they need, they have to provide to them. If the service is within the health insurance benefit package, where there's no need for the person to pay any additional money, they have to give to them so that we all enjoy the full benefit of national health insurance. So once we are doing our part, we expect also them also to do their part.
Reporting for Joy News, Anas Sabit, Tichiman.
Now, the South African mission to Ghana insists its country is safe as the visa waiver agreement comes into force. There have been many xenophobic attacks in the past, with many prospective travelers fearing for their lives. More recently, a priest was attacked and kidnapped. In spite of these, the Commission to Ghana says the country is safe and is encouraging Ghanaians to take advantage of the 90-day visa waiver. Michael Ashali now reports.
A busy day for the South African mission in Ghana as the much-anticipated visa waiver agreement kicks in. Deputy Ambassador to Ghana, Thando Dalamba, says this is a significant step for both countries and a step closer to making Africa borderless.
So we are entitled for 90 days to be in South Africa. How you use those 90 days, it depends. It depends on you. Whether you use it 5 days, 10 days, 20 days, but it must be 90 days in a year. I think other African leaders will follow suit, but it's within the AU agenda to have borderless, continent.
He explains that with the right documentation, any Ghanaian can travel to South Africa for at most 90 days without a visa.
It's a valid etiquette, a valid passport that is 6 months. You see, that is valid for 6 months before you apply. The yellow fever certificate. You see, like in any other country, even here in Ghana, when you come, the immigration officers and police at Kotoka, I've experienced it.
A series of assaults on foreign nationals, often termed as xenophobic attacks, have been reported, notably in the week prior to the agreement launch. A Ghanaian priest was kidnapped and subsequently released after several days. Security stands as top concern for many contemplating a visit to South Africa. Deputy Ambassador to Ghana, Thando Dalamba, assured the country is safe.
In our mind that this thing is going to happen, our police, together with the Ghanaian authorities, they will make it a point that the pastor is back. Yes, South Africa, it's safe. But like in any other country, I'm not trying to defend the question of whether crime or not. Like in any other country, when you visit, you take those precautionary measures. And another thing, criminals, they take advantage of the situation at times. You see, like in any other country, they will take a situation. But we would like to appeal to the Ghanaians, when they go to South Africa, they must really, really take precautionary measures, not to travel alone, to travel in groups at least. I think it will be safer in that way.
So where should you visit in South Africa? And what should you do as well? Head of South Africa's Tourism West Africa, Takizo Rokolo Jane, has some ideas.
So the waiver has an enormous impact on the two countries. One thing that I can guarantee you, your entry point is Gauteng in Johannesburg. So already I can tell you there's a lot more things to do. I'm from Soweto myself. So you do not want to miss Soweto. Go and find out where Nelson Mandela's house was. Desmond Tutu, go and meet the Sowetans in their hometown. And you might be, lucky to meet one or two Ghanaians there. Trust me, a lot of Ghanaians do visit that part. Go to the Apartheid Museum. Go to Sun City.
The Commission hopes that both Ghanaians and South Africans will not overstay their welcome.
Let's stay with South Africa, as two South Africans, Dr. Jean Cooper and Dr. David Oosthuizen, have embarked on a motorcycle journey from Pretoria, South Africa, through 20 African countries, including Ghana, to Madrid, Spain, to raise awareness and funds for the scarcity of potable water in rural African communities. Having covered over 10,000 kilometers so far, the duo arrived in Ghana and have been interacting with students of the Achimota School, emphasizing the importance of community service. Carlos Caloni has the rest of the story.
Dubbed Expedition H2O Ride for Water, two friends, Dr. Jean Cooper and Dr. David Oosthuizen, started a 16,000-kilometer motorcycle journey from Pretoria on September 16, 2023. They are traveling along the west coast of Africa, passing through about 20 African countries, including Ghana. Dr. Jean Cooper, an organizational psychologist and the chief people and culture officer at fintech company Direct Transit, explained that the objective of the journey is to create awareness of portable water scarcity in deprived communities and raise 3.2 million rand towards building over 100 portable water storage facilities in Africa.
We started Botswana, Namibia, Angola, DRC, Cabinda, Congo, Cameroon, Nigeria, Benin, Togo. Now we are in Ghana. So for this journey, we intend to, if the journey is 16,000 kilometers, we intend to raise 200 South African rands per kilometer. It's 3.2 million rand, which will be enough to install 100 rainwater tanks that can give water to 4,800 people.
Met on arrival in Ghana by the Deputy Minister of Education, John Timforjo, the two visited and interacted with students of Achimota School. As an acclaimed emergency medicine doctor from Wangaratta in the Australian outback, Dr. DeWitt encouraged the young Achimota students not to get distracted by the current obstacles, but should remain focused on their goals.
We had a great opportunity here at Achimota to interact with the students, to hear their questions as well, and their interest and their passion with what they intend on trying to do with their lives and future and stuff. For us, one of the biggest things is on this trip is keep on going. There's lots of obstacles, stuff you can't plan for, the same as in life. And what's become quite apparent is that these students are also experiencing obstacles and problems and trying to kind of work through that, keeping your eye on the end goal, focusing on that rather than just getting blinded by the problem right at the moment.
Commending the two for their life-impacting journey, Deputy Minister of Education John Timforjo reiterated the government's commitment to improving STEM education in the country.
Science, technology, engineering, mathematics emphasis is something that we are very excited about. The Minister for Education, Dr. Osedichum, has that as his priority. And interestingly, what motivates us is that the President, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and the Vice President themselves are inspiring us to change the face of our education system, place emphasis on STEM, and ensure strategically we're able to have 60% STEM and 40% humanity at tertiary. And so that we are very poised on ensuring that right at teenage years, right at the younger years, we have the skills of biomedical engineering, aviation, computer science, computer engineering, creativity, critical thinking, and invention imbibed in our students.
Some students of Achimota School also expressed their appreciation to the duo for their impactful interactions.
In every walk of life, you need to put your head or put your eyes to the goal and not just forget about the obstacles around you, and you'll be well off to go. That's what I'm taking off from this amazing meetup.
The duo is leaving Accra for Cape Coast to Madrid, where they hope to raise 3.2 million rand to support the water project.
Well, that's how we cap off the news this morning, but stay with us in the next few minutes. We'll be joined by Dr. Michael Ayamga for the news review.